For the fourth straight week, it's going to be a rubber game of a Big West Conference baseball series for the Cal Poly Mustangs. Cal Poly a perfect 3-0 the first three times. Today, Cal Poly taking on Cal State Fullerton in another rubber match. Cal Poly losing the first game Friday night 7-4. Cal State Fullerton losing the second game yesterday 13-6 for Cal State Fullerton, giving up 13 runs and 18 base hits. Those are both season highs. And Rick Vanderhook will try to right the ship again today for Cal State Fullerton. Meanwhile, Cal Poly 17-20 overall, have won 9 of their last 13 games and are 7-4 in the Big West for third place, 2 games behind Long Beach State and a game behind Cal State Fullerton. Entering tonight's game 24-13 overall, 6-2 in the Big West. Chris Sylvester sidelined with illness today. This is Eric Burdick bringing you Cal Poly baseball today on ESPN Radio 1280. The final game of the 3-game series between Cal Poly and Cal State Fullerton, game number 38 for the Mustangs this year, 17-20 overall. Spencer Howard, who was supposed to start yesterday's game, came down with a stomach flu and missed the start, but he is back in the lineup today. The sophomore from Templeton High School, 2014 Los Padres League Pitcher of the Year, will be on the hill for Cal Poly today. Umpires approaching home plate. The meeting with the head coaches will commence in a moment, and in about 7 minutes we'll be with you with the first pitch of today's game, Cal Poly against Cal State Fullerton. Back with the starting lineups in just a moment. You're listening to Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Final game of the series between Cal Poly and Cal State Fullerton. Here at the starting lineups for today's game. For the Titans, 24-13 overall, 6-2 in the Big West, second place behind Long Beach State. Scott Hurst will lead off and play center field, followed by Sahid Valenzuela, the second baseman, batting second. Timmy Richards will start at third base today. He started at shortstop in the first 2 games of the series. 13th round draft choice last June. Decided to come back to Cal State Fullerton for his senior season. Taylor Bryan will move over from third base to shortstop and hit fourth. Dylan Persinger at first base batting fifth, followed by Nico Pacheco, the designated hitter. He will bat sixth. Hunter Cullen is the left fielder batting seventh. Boston Romero in right field batting eighth. And Chris Hutchins back behind the plate batting ninth. On the mound for Cal State Fullerton, sophomore right-hander Gavin Velasquez. 3-0 record, a 2.90 ERA. He has 20 strikeouts in 40 innings. Cal Poly enters the game with a 17-20 overall record. Winners of 9 of their last 13, 7-4 in the Big West for third place. Alex McKenna will lead off and play center field. McKenna with 3 base hits and 3 RBI last night, now hitting .357. Bradley Beasley also had 3 base hits yesterday, now hitting .333. He is starting at third base and batting second. Kyle Marincon to shortstop batting third. Michael Sanderson at first base batting fourth, also swinging a very hot bat for the Mustangs, .358 for the senior first baseman. Nick Meyer, the catcher, batting fifth. Josh George will bat sixth and play left field. Colby Barrick in right field batting seventh. Scott Ogren at second base batting eighth. and Kevin Morgan, the DH, batting ninth. All 9 Cal Poly starters got at least one base hit yesterday. On the mound for Cal Poly, a sophomore right-hander Spencer Howard, 2-1 overall, a 1.79 ERA. Back with the first pitch in just a moment. Mustangs baseball from Learfield.
It's time for you to go out to the stands now. Good job, baseball.
A very nice national anthem out of the way, and we're just about a minute away from the first pitch between Cal Poly and Cal State Fullerton. Mustangs on the field with Spencer Howard taking his 8 warm-up tosses in just a moment. Umpires for today's game: behind the plate, Billy Hayes; at first base, Angel Campos; and over at third, Chuck Becker. A rake being brought out to the mound as Spencer Howard wants a little more work done to the mound before he throws his 8 warm-up tosses. Mustang defensively with Michael Sanderson at first base, Scott Ogren at second. Kyle Marincons will be at shortstop, and Bradley Beasley over at third. Beasley 7 for 11 in the series, 2 doubles and 2 RBI. In left field, Josh George; center field, Alex McKenna; Colby Barrick in right, also having a great series, 5 for 7 with 3 RBIs. Behind the plate, Nick Meyer, and on the mound, sophomore right-hander Spencer Howard. 2-1 record, a 1.79 ERA, that's second best in the Big West. His 7th start of the year on the mound. This is the 10th weekend of play for Cal Poly. Spencer Howard was in the bullpen for the first 3 weeks, moved into the starting lineup in week 4, and he has not left that spot since. He's normally the starter in the middle game of the series. Came down with a little bit of a stomach flu on Friday night, so bypassed the start yesterday, but feels good enough to start today's ball game. Be interesting to see what effect that has on Cal Poly's rotation next weekend. when the Mustangs play a 3-game non-conference series at UCLA. UCLA currently third in the Pac-12, playing well of late. RPI of about 55. Only a couple of games above 500. UCLA this weekend playing the number 1 ranked team in the country, Oregon State, and those two teams have split the first 2 games. UCLA winning yesterday 7-1 to even the series, only the 3rd loss of the year for Oregon State. Beautiful day for baseball. It is a little bit breezy, wind coming out of the northwest at about 15 to 25 miles an hour, but temperature about 73 degrees, sunny skies, some very, very high thin clouds overhead. Spencer Howard has concluded his 8 warm-up tosses, and leading off for Cal State Fullerton is Scott Hurst, the center fielder. Hurst 4 for 8 in the series with a double and 1 RBI. Howard on top of the rubber and into the windup, and the first pitch of the ball game to Hurst is on the inside corner with a fastball for a strike. 0-1. Next pitch for Howard is a little bit outside. 1-1 the count to Hurst. Batting .315 on the year. Center fielder for Cal State Fullerton. Next pitch from Howard, low and inside, ball 2. Howard from Templeton High School, a redshirt his first year with Cal Poly. Pitched last year and this year. A redshirt sophomore, 2 years of eligibility remaining. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and the count 2-2. Hurst will be followed by Sahid Valenzuela and Timmy Richard. Top 3 in the order for Cal State Fullerton here in the first inning. 2-2 pitch just misses low, ball 3. Cal State Fullerton wearing the dark blue tops and gray pants with pinstripes. Occupying the first base dugout. Hurst swings and fouls off the next pitch. The count remains 3-2. Cal Poly wearing the black tops and white pants today. Howard 3-2 pitch, high and outside, ball 4. So the leadoff man on base for Cal State Fullerton, Scott Hurst, with a walk, and the batter will be Sahid Valenzuela. Valenzuela hitting .369. 4 for 10 in the series with 1 RBI. Howard from the stretch, and the first pitch to Valenzuela. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Yesterday's crowd of 2850. Largest crowd of the year and the 7th largest in the history of Baggett Stadium, spanning 17 years. Friday night, almost 1,800 in attendance. 0-1 pitch to Valenzuela. On the outside corner again, 0-2. Today's crowd probably not as large as last night's. However, we expect maybe 1,800 today. Cal State Fullerton always draws well here at Baggett Stadium. 0-2 pitch swung on. It's a comebacker. The throw to second for 1. The relay from Marincons is in time. 2 out, bases empty on the double play turned by Marincons.
Mustang fans, your Mustang just turned 2, which means fans can get $1.
Timmy Richard coming to the plate with 2 outs and the bases empty.
Until we begin the next half inning.
Richard starting the first 2 games of this series at shortstop. He will be at third base today, hitting .271. Richards in the series 2 for 7 with a double. First pitch to Richard, down low, ball 1. Battle of sophomore right-handers on the mound today as Richard swings at the next pitch and fouls it off at the plate, and the count 1-1. Gavin Velasquez will be on the mound for Cal State Fullerton when the Mustangs bat in the bottom of the first. Howard into the windup and the 1-1 pitch on the outside corner, strike two. Baggett Stadium, 335 down the lines, 385 in the power alleys, and 405 to straightaway center field. Howard's 1-2 pitch swung on fly ball center field. McKenna going back, still going back, turns around and watches it sail over the wall. First home run of the series. Timmy Richards hits it with the bases empty, a solo home run. And for Richards, his second home run of the year. Fullerton on top, 1-0. Wind blowing from right to left.
Number 1, Taylor Bryant.
Probably did not assist on that home run ball, as the ball was hit straight away center field, just to the left of the 405 sign. Taylor Bryant at the plate and fouls off on the first pitch, and the count is 0-1. Cal State Fullerton had the 1-0 lead yesterday, also led 2-1. Cal Poly scored 6 in the bottom of the third and never looked back. 0-1 pitch is down low, 1-1. Friday night it was Cal Poly with the early lead, 4-1. Cal State Fullerton rallied for the 7-4 victory. 1-1 pitch, a little bit high, ball two. Chris Sylvester back home battling an illness. Hopefully we'll be back with us Tuesday night when Cal Poly hosts Fresno State, 6 o'clock here at Baggett Stadium. 2-1 pitch to Bryant is a strike at the knees, 2-2. Timmy Richards with a solo home run with 2 outs here in the first inning to give Cal State Fullerton a 1-0 lead. 2-2 pitch on the outside corner, called strike 3. Cal State Fullerton with 1 run, 1 hit, no error, nobody left after 1/2 inning of play. Titans 1, Mustangs coming up. Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Cal Poly doing a little better job this year against righties instead of lefties. Mustangs hitting .285 against right-hander, .271 against lefties. Right-hander Gavin Velasquez taking his 8 warm-up tosses on the mound for Cal State Fullerton. Behind him, Dylan Persinger at first base, Sahid Valenzuela at second, Taylor Bryant at shortstop, Timmy Richards over at third. The outfield from left to right, Hunter Cullen, Scott Hurst, and Boston Romero. Behind the plate, Chris Hudgens. And Gavin Velasquez, 3-0 on the year, 2.90 ERA, getting ready to work to Alec McKenna. Leading off for the Mustangs in the bottom of the first inning, he'll be followed by Bradley Beasley and Kyle Marincons. McKenna 3 for 11 in the series with 3 RBIs, hitting .357. Velasquez into the windup, and the first pitch to McKenna misses outside, ball 1. 9 of McKenna's last 12 games have been multiple hits, including 6 3-hit games. He had 3 hits last night, as did Bradley Beasley, as the Mustangs won the game 13-6. 1-0 pitch down low, ball 2. Titans on top 1-0 thanks to a 2-out solo home run by Timmy Richards in the top of the first inning. Outfielders playing very deep for Alex McKenna. 2-0 pitch to McKenna, swung on and hit deep. Left center field, going back on it, turning around. It is gone. Left center field. Hunter Cullen did not have a play on that solo home run by Alex McKenna, his 4th of the year, hitting it over the 385 sign in left center field, and we're tied at 1.
Of the season. Heads up, folks. Cal Poly t-shirts coming. Courtesy of J. Carroll Lifewear.
Wind blowing from right to left, as I mentioned. That may have helped that home run ball just a little bit. Bradley Beasley batting for the Mustangs, hitting .333.
Heads up, fans. Here comes t-shirts.
First pitch to Beasley, outside, ball 1. McKenna hitting a 2-0 pitch over the left center field wall to tie this game at 1. McKenna's 4th RBI of the series. Velasquez into the windup. 1-0 pitch to Beasley, curveball for a strike, 1-1. Beasley was hitting 160 after the opening game of the series at San Diego State during the 3rd week of the season. He has brought his average up 173 points since then, hitting .375 over his last 28 games. Presently at .333. Next pitch bounced in front of the plate, 2-1 the count. Beasley, the true freshman out of San Leandro. Two and one the count to the right-handed hitting Bradley Beasley, who has played 6 different positions if you count the DH as a position. 2-1 pitch outside, ball 3. He has played second. He has played short. He has played third, his present position. He has also played left and right. And he has started a couple of games as Cal Poly's DH. 3-1 the count. Bases empty, nobody out, 1 run in. 3-1 pitch swung on and grounded to the right side. Second baseman Sahid Valenzuela has it, throws out Beasley for the first out of the inning. Kyle Marincon brings a .241 average to the plate. Sophomore shortstop for the Mustang, 2 for 8 in the series. Both teams with 1 run and 1 hit. Both hits, solo home runs. Timmy Richards for Cal State Fullerton, Alex McKenna for Cal Poly. First pitch to Marincon's curveball for a strike. Marincons will be followed by Michael Sanderson. Marincons left-handed hitter. 0-1 pitch, down low, 1-1. Marincon hits only .212 against right-handed pitching and .310 against left-handers. Velasquez into the windup and the 1-1 pitch, down low, ball 2. Catcher Chris Hutchins is going to go out to the mound to have a chat with Velasquez, who has fallen behind the first 3 hitters he has faced. McKenna hit a 2-0 pitch over the wall for a home run. Fell behind Beasley 3-1, got him to ground out to second base, and now is behind the count to Marincon 2-1. Hutchins back behind home plate, but now he's standing there waiting for a sign from the Cal State Fullerton dugout. All the pitches called by the coaching staffs for these two teams. Velasquez into the windup, and the 2-1 pitch is inside ball 3. One out, bases empty. 1-1 tie. Bottom of the first. 3-1 pitch to Marincons. Fastball swung on and fouled back. So the count goes to 3-2. Cal Poly with just 2 weekend series at home remaining on the schedule. CSUN, Cal State Northridge if you prefer. That will be in 3 weeks. And then Cal Poly wraps up the regular season against UC Riverside on Memorial Day weekend. 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled away. Mustangs entering the game with an RPI of 140. Thought the RPI would drop a lot more playing Cal State Fullerton this weekend, but it has dropped only 3. From 143 down to 140. Cal State Fullerton, meanwhile, with an RPI of 12. 3-2 pitch to Marincon, swung on and fouled back. Marincon saw a lot of pitches yesterday's ball game, fouling the pitches off over and over again. 7 pitch at bat so far for the sophomore shortstop. 3-2 the count. Velasquez working very deliberately here in the first inning. Into the windup. 3-2 pitch, reach for, popped up behind third base down the left field line, and that's going to land off the screen near the Cal Poly bullpen. The count remains 3-2. 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up next. Alex McKenna, no home run during the first half of the season. Hit 2 against Santa Clara a couple weeks ago. 3-2 pitch, swung on, hit in the air down the right field line. Going back on it near the warning track is Boston Romero, and he makes the catch about 2 steps in front of the warning track for out number 2. That ball hit pretty much into the wind, so very little chance for any home runs in right field today. 2 out, bases empty. Michael Sanderson coming up. Sanderson hitting a robust .358. Sanderson started the year at third. He started at third base for all 57 games last year and for about the first 20 games this year. First pitch, curveball for a strike. Came up with a groin pull a few weeks ago. Missing the series, I believe it was against Wichita State. And when he came back, he started at first base. 0-1 pitch, swung on, fouled away. And it wasn't because of the groin pull. He has an elbow injury, which is limiting his ability to throw. And so where do you put an infielder when you don't really need him to throw that much? Well, that would be first base. A couple of times yesterday, he hit ground balls with runners at first. He didn't hit, he fielded grounders with runners at first base. Tried to go for the double play, but because he just can't throw very well, the Mustangs were unable to turn either one. 0-2 pitch swung on. It's a comebacker. Velasquez has it. He's going to flip underhand to first base in time, and the Mustangs are retired in the first inning. Cal Poly gets 1 run on 1 hit, the home run by Alex McKenna. And after 1 inning of play, a 1-1 tie. Mustangs baseball from Learfield. 67 degrees as we play this afternoon at Baggett Stadium. A stiff breeze blowing from right to left. We go to the second inning, a 1-1 tie. Each team with a home run in the first inning. Timmy Richards with 2 outs for Cal State Fullerton. And Alex McKenna leading off the bottom of the first inning for Cal Poly. Second home run of the year for Richards. McKenna now has 4, and in the second inning, it'll be Dylan Persinger leading off for the Titans, followed by Pacheco and Cullen. Persinger hitting .275 on the year, 3 for 7 in the series with 2 doubles and 3 RBI. Spencer Howard into the windup, and the first pitch to Persinger is a strike at the knees. Persinger, the first baseman for the Titans. Cal State Fullerton visiting Baggett Stadium for the second straight year. 0-1 pitch off speed and high, 1-1 the count. Big West completely redid the baseball schedule prior to the 2017 season. And as a result, Cal State Fullerton coming here for 2 straight years. Persinger fouls off the next pitch. The count goes to 1-2. And Cal Poly will be visiting Long Beach State for the second straight year. That'll be in 2 weeks. One and two the count to Persinger, leading off the second inning for Cal State Fullerton. Howard into the windup, and the pitch is swung on and fouled away. Rick Vanderhook in his 6th season as head coach. Of Cal State Fullerton. Howard's 1-2 pitch, very high with the fastball, 2-2. Three years ago, Cal State Fullerton came to Baggett Stadium. And that was the weekend that Vanderhook was suspended by the school. 24 hours before the ballgame, the opener of the series. Persinger fouls out the next pitch, and it lands about 3 rows deep in the stands. The count remains 2-2. Vanderhook was reinstated about 4 weeks later. And despite all the disruptions, the Titans advanced to the NCAA Regional. 2-2. Howard delivers, swung on, hit down the right field line. Colby Barrick is there and makes the catch for out number 1. That ball looked like it would hit a lot closer to the line, but the wind blew it back into fair territory. And that's exactly what Colby Barrick is telling Alex McKenna, that the ball is being pushed by the wind from right field toward left. One away base is empty, and the hitter will be Nico Pacheco.
The DH, number 27, Nico Pacheco.
Pacheco hitting .207, getting the start as the DH today. Hank Laporte was the starting designated hitter for the Titans in the first 2 games of the series. Laporte went 1 for 7. Pacheco getting the start today. First pitch outside, ball 1. Pacheco, right-handed hitter. Facing the right-hander on the mound, Spencer Howard. 1-0 pitch swung on and missed with the fastball, 1-1. Last weekend, Spencer Howard pitched in the middle game of the UC Davis series and got absolutely no run support because Orlando Razzo of UC Davis pitched a brilliant 2-hit shutout with 10 strikeouts. Received National Player of the Week honors. 1-1 pitch at the knees with a fastball for a strike, 1-2. Cal Poly lost that game 3-0, but came back to win the series finale the next day. Cal Poly has won 3 straight Big West series, 2 games to 1. Trying to do the same this weekend. 1-2 pitch just below the knees, ball 2. Good crowd on hand today. Kruko Clubhouse nearly full. Stadium holds 2,800. 2-2 pitch, foul away. So how do we get 2,850 people into the ballpark last night? Well, there's a lot of standing room people in the Kruko Clubhouse area. Cal State Fullerton in the first base dugout. Cal State Fullerton over on the Cal Poly over on the third base side. 2-2 pitch outside with the curveball, 3-2. One out, bases empty, top of the second. A 1-1 tie. Cal State Fullerton won Friday night 7-4, overcoming a 4-1 deficit. Cal Poly yesterday trailed 1-0 and 2-1 before rallying in the middle innings, scoring in 5 consecutive innings on the way to a 13-6 victory. 3-2 pitch is a ground ball on one hop to Kyle Marincons. His throw to first is in time and accurate for the second out of the inning. Hunter Cullen coming up for the Titans.
Fielder, number 33, Hunter Cullen.
Cullen, left fielder, hitting .323. Cullen 1 for 8 in the series. Left-handed hitter. Going through his pre-bat ritual, now climbs into the batter's box. Howard's first pitch is a strike at the knees, 0-1. Billy Hayes behind the plate. Angel Campos at first base. And Chuck Becker over at third. 0-1 pitch down low, 1-1 the count. Cal Poly wraps up a 4-game homestand Tuesday night, hosting Fresno State at 6 o'clock. 1-1 pitch is outside, ball 2.
Nice.
Howard into the windup. 2-1 pitch, swung on, foul away. The count is 2-2. How is Fresno State doing this year? Well, they're 8-9, third place in the Mountain West, and 18-20 overall. 2-2 pitch, foul away. Fresno State playing this weekend at Nevada. Nevada has won the first 2 games of that series. Two and two with 2 outs. Pitch is swung on and fouled off at the plate. Titans making Howard work. Still in the second inning, and the next pitch will be number 40. Speaking of 40, number 40, Boston Romero, is in the on-deck circle for the Titans. 2-2 pitch, high fastball in the outside corner, and Cullen goes after it and misses for strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Spencer Howard, and Howard retired to side in order after 1.5. It is Cal Poly 1, Cal State Fullerton 1. Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Bottom of the second inning, a 1-1 tie, Cal State Fullerton and Cal Poly. And for the Mustangs, it'll be Nick Meyer, Josh George, and Colby Barrick.
Leading off for the Mustangs, catcher number 26, Nick Meyer.
Meyer hitting .266 on the year. 3 for 9 in the series with a couple of RBI. Gavin Velasquez into the windup. First pitch to Meyer, outside, ball one. Velasquez threw 20 pitches in the first inning. Entering plate today, Long Beach State atop the Big West with a 9-2 record. Dirtbags have already clinched their series against UC Irvine with a couple of wins. 1-0 pitch to Meyer, the fly ball to center field. It will be caught by Scott Hurst for the first out of the inning. Josh George coming to the plate, hitting .267.
Left fielder number 8, Josh George.
George 3 for 9 in the series, 1 RBI. Cal State Fullerton second in the Big West at 6-2, 1.5 back. Cal Poly 2 back, 7-4, all alone in third place. First pitch to George, swung on, lined into right field, base hit. George is going to keep on going as the ball goes near the corner all the way to the wall, and George is going to stop at second. Larry Lee with the late stop sign, and George back at second base with a 1-out double. For Mr. George, double number 9 this year. Colby Barrett coming to the plate, another left-handed hitter like Josh George.
Number 10, Colby Barrick.
Barrick is now hitting .397, going 5 for 7 in the series with 3 RBI. Cal State Northridge is fourth in the Big West, 6-5. Matadors have won their first 2 games against UC Riverside this weekend to clinch that series. First pitch to Barrick, backs him off the plate, ball one. UC Davis yesterday swept a doubleheader at Hawaii and moved into 5th place at 5-6. And those were rather lopsided scores, 11-6 and 9-3. Had to play a doubleheader because Friday's game in Honolulu was rained out. 1-0 pitch to Barrick is on the inside corner with a curveball for a strike, 1-1. UC Santa Barbara is 6th at 4-5. The Gauchos playing out of conference this weekend against San Diego State at Cesar Wasaka Stadium. The two teams have split the first 2 games of that series. Hawaii is now 7th at 3-5. UC Irvine all the way down to 8th place at 2-6. UC Riverside bringing up the rear at 2-9. 1-1 pitch, off speed, swung on and missed. Barrick in a hole 1-2. Long Beach State and Irvine are scoreless in the bottom of the first today. Irvine trying to salvage 1 win in that series. San Diego State and UC Santa Barbara scoreless in the second inning. Velasquez comes set. Checks George at second. The 1-2 pitch to Barrick, I think hit him in the foot. Yes, it did. And that has to hurt. Barrick is trotting gingerly down toward first base. Mustangs have runners at first and second with 1 out. The batter will be Scott Ogren, hitting .206, but hitting the ball much better of late.
Second baseman number 2, Scott Ogren.
Ogren started his Mustang career 0 for 17. Since then has brought the average up above what they call the Mendoza line, 200. Ogren, the everyday second baseman for the Mustangs, after starting the year in right field. First pitch to Ogren, swung on, grounded foul outside of third, 0-1. Ogren at the plate with Mustang runners at first and second, 1 out. UC Riverside and Northridge tied at 1 in the bottom of the first in Northridge. UC Davis at Hawaii. That is a 4 o'clock start Pacific time. Oh and 1. Velasquez comes to the plate and it's a high curveball inside. 1 and 1. Mustang trying to break a 1-1 tie here in the second inning. Runners at first and second with 1 out. On deck is the designated hitter, Kevin Morgan. Velasquez comes set. Long look at second. And I mean a long look at second. And the 1-1 pitch is just inside, ball 2. I'm surprised Scott Ogren didn't ask for time, but he hung in there. Right-handed batter's box. 2-1 the count. Another good crowd for the finale of the 3-game series. Looks like maybe 1,800 or so. We'll have to wait for the attendance figure later on. 2-1 pitch. Off seed for a strike on the outside corner, 2-2. Big slow bender thrown by Velasquez, and he catches the outside corner. Ogren, a true freshman out of Valencia High School near Magic Mountain. Two pitch, same spot, maybe a tad low, ball 3. Interesting decision for Larry Lee, not showing any sign right now. Will he send the runners, George at second, Barrick at first with a full count of 1 out? Since he hasn't given any sign, my guess is the runners are not going to go. It'll be up to Ogren. 3-2 pitch to Ogren, swung on and fouled back. Sahid Valenzuela, the second baseman for Cal State Fullerton, trying to keep Josh George close. Fresh supply of baseball delivered by Slater Lee to the home plate umpire. Slater went 5 innings last night to get the win in relief. Allowed a run and 3 hits. 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled off at the plate. Ogren getting a very small piece of that baseball. Hudgens could not hang on, and the count remains 3-2. Velasquez getting his sign from Hudgens, who of course is waiting to get the sign from the dugout. He has it. He now relays it. Last night game, 3 hours and 26 minutes. Two teams combining for 19 runs and 29 base hits. George is going. 3-2 pitch is outside, ball 4. The Mustangs have loaded the bases with 1 out here in the second inning. Kevin Morgan coming to the plate. Interesting story on Morgan. He started the year hitting poorly against left-handers, and he kind of became a platoon player for a little bit, starting at the Mustang DH only when there was a right-hander on the mound. Well, he has turned that around. Morgan is hitting .300 now against lefties and .200 against righties. There's the right-hander on the mound. Morgan, a left-handed hitter, climbs into the batter's box with a .227 batting average. First pitch to Morgan, inside, ball 1. Morgan had a 2-run single in last night's ball game, 1 for 5 in the series. Velasquez from the stretch, and the pitch is swung on and hit well down the right field line. It is fair, and it is up against the wall down in the right field corner. 2 runs are scored. Being held up at third is Ogren. 2-run double by Kevin Morgan, and the Mustangs on top 3-1. And the pitching coach, Ed Baum, coming out to the mound to have a chat with Velasquez. Cal Poly this year with the bases loaded. Now 14 for 50. That's a 280 batting average. That number was below 200 a few weeks ago. Kevin Morgan now 3 for 7 with the bases loaded this year. Meeting still going on at the mound. Cal Poly has snapped the 1-1 tie here in the second inning with a 2-run double by Kevin Morgan. Now back to the top of the order and Alex McKenna. Home plate umpire Billy Hayes out to the mound to try to speed things up. Meeting now breaking up. Velasquez remains in the ball game. 1 out, runners at second and third, 2 runs in. And McKenna coming to the plate. McKenna with a solo home run leading off the first inning. Yes, that's redundant. If you lead off an inning, the only home run you can hit is solo. And that tied the game at 1 in the bottom of the first. 4th home run of the year for McKenna, who is now hitting .361. McKenna 4 for 12 in the series. 4 RBIs. First pitch, curveball on the outside corner for a strike. Ogren at third, Morgan at second, 1 out. Velasquez comes to the plate and McKenna fouls the pitch off. He is in a hole 0-2. With Slater Lee pitching 5 innings yesterday, that allowed Larry Lee to not have to use up the bullpen, so to speak, against the Titans. So there are several fresh arms still in the bullpen for Cal Poly today. Michael Clark could probably throw 2 innings if necessary. 0-2 pitch in the dirt, blocked by Hudgens, ball 1. Cam Schneider didn't throw very many pitches at all yesterday. He started the 5th inning in relief of Bobby I. And his ERA for the game was the sidewards 8. That's called infinity. Gave up 2 earned runs and didn't get an out. But that's when Slater Lee came in and shut the door on the Titans for the win. Schneider could throw today. 1-2 pitch swung on. Hit down the right field line. A long run for the right fielder Romero. And he's not going to get there. That falls for a base hit. The 2 runners on base move up 90 feet. They had to hold up to make sure the ball would fall in. So 1 run scores. It is 4-1 Cal Poly on the RBI double by McKenna. 9th double of the year for McKenna. The Mustangs lead at 4-1. Bradley Beasley coming to the plate.
Third baseman Bradley Beasley.
Second and third with 1 out again. Beasley grounded out to second his first time up, hitting .331. First pitch to Beasley, hit down the right field line and foul, and that'll go out of play. Always love coming to the ballpark and seeing Dad holding son, wearing a Dodgers cap, of course. Standing right behind home plate, now turning around to look at the pictures in the press box of Cal Poly's All-Americans and Major Leaguers. 0-1 pitch in the dirt, blocked by Hudgens, 1-1. One of those 18 former Major Leaguers who wore a Cal Poly uniform was here yesterday. That would be Lee Hancock, a pitcher briefly for the Pittsburgh Pirates. About 100 baseball alumni in attendance this weekend for the Cal State Fullerton Series. 1-1 pitch, off speed, swung on and missed. And the count to Beasley, 1-2. There are some players from long ago here yesterday, including Al Montna, for whom the hitting facility is named. Montna played back in, I believe, the early 60s. 1-2 pitch, check swing. The pitch was low. They will appeal. No swing, says the first base umpire, Angel Campos, and the count goes to 2-2. Joe Zagarino from the Cal Poly baseball teams of the mid-1970s was here, still complaining about that error I gave back in 1975. Next pitch swung on, grounded to first, backhanded by the first baseman Persinger. He throws the pitcher covering the bag, and they get the out. Kevin Morgan scores on the RBI ground out by Beasley, and the Mustangs lead it 5-1. McKenna advances to third. There are now 2 outs, and Kyle Marincon's coming up. Marincon's flight out to right, his first time up. Mustangs with one more base runner in scoring position here in the second inning. 4 runs in. Big hit in the inning with the 2-run double by Kevin Morgan with the bases loaded. First pitch to Marincon, way inside. Gets away from the catcher. Here comes McKenna. The throw to the plate is not in time. Pitch was outside the strike zone. It'll be a wild pitch. And the Mustangs now lead it 6-1. Five runs in. Bases now empty with 2 outs. Velasquez will now work from the windup. 1-0 pitch to Marincons. Low and outside, ball 2. Next pitch low and inside. 3-0 to count to Marincons. Hudgens going out to the mound to talk to Velasquez once again. He has gone out to the mound twice. Pitching coach for Cal State Fullerton has also come out to the mound in this inning, as the Mustangs have scored 5 runs on 3 base hits. You can also add a hit batter and a walk. Three 3-0 to the Mustangs sophomore shortstop. Velasquez delivers inside and low, ball 4. Second walk of the inning issued by Velasquez. And the Mustangs have batted around. Michael Sanderson, the 9th hitter in the inning.
First baseman Michael Sanderson.
Sanderson, a comebacker in the first inning. Average at .355. Last weekend when Cal Poly played at UC Davis, we mentioned several times on the broadcast about how the UC Davis outfielders played so shallow, playing to the conditions of the ballpark. First pitch to Sanderson, a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Wind blowing in, and it made sense. Any fly balls hit to the outfield was cut down by the wind, so you don't need to play deep at Dobbins Stadium. This weekend is a different story. Outfielders playing very deep right now for Cal State Fullerton. This is an offensive ballpark, is Baggett Stadium. 0-1 pitch is outside. 1-1 the count. As evidenced by the scores in this series, the two teams combined for 11 runs Friday night, 19 runs yesterday, and 7 runs so far today. We're only in the second inning. We got a long way to go in this one. Cal Poly on top, 6-1, still batting in the second inning. 1-1 pitch with the runner going is blooped into right field. Coming in on it and making the catch is Romero, and Cal Poly is retired in the second inning. Velasquez has now thrown 53 pitches in 2 innings of work. For Cal Poly, it is 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 runner left after 2 innings of play. Cal Poly 6, Cal State Fullerton 1. Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Mustangs 6, Titans 1. Cal State Fullerton coming to the plate in the third inning. Will send up Romero, Hudgens, and Hurst. 8, 9, and 1 in the batting order. Last week, Spencer Howard got no runs and just 2 hits of offensive support. That was the game played at Rayleigh Field in West Sacramento. Cal Poly losing the game 3-0. Today, Spencer Howard gets 6 runs in the first 2 innings of support. First pitch to Romero is a strike, 0-1. Next pitch, hit down the left field line. A long run for a trio of Cal Poly defenders, and it lands in the batting cage area. The count is 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch outside. 1-2 the count to Romero, leading off the third inning for the Titans. 4-time national champions. 74, 84, 95, and 2004. 1-2 pitch high, ball 2. Titans, if my memory serves me correctly, have qualified for NCAA Regional 25 straight years. 2-2 pitch, check swing. No swing, says the third base umpire. And he's getting an earful from the fans in Kruko Clubhouse. Chuck Becker making the call. The count goes to 3-2. Pitch was outside the strike zone. Howard into the windup, and the 3-2 pitch is fouled away. Left-handed hitter at the plate, and Alex McKenna is playing well towards left center field. That's a bit unusual. 3-2 pitch swung on, hit in the air to the right side. McKenna having to race to the gap in right center field. He's there, makes the catch for out number 1. McKenna can cover a lot of ground. 1 out, base is empty, and Chris Hudgens, the catcher, coming up. Hudgens 2 for 6 in the series with 2 doubles. Catcher for the Titans hitting .226. First pitch to Hudgens, high and inside, ball 1. Howard into the windup. 1-0 pitch down low, ball 2. Howard has allowed just 1 base hit so far. Just 1 but make that 2 base runners. Timmy Richards hit a home run in the first inning. Scott Hurst drew a walk to open the ball game, but he was erased on a double play. 2-0 pitch lined into left field. That's going to fall in front of Josh George for a base hit. A 1-out single for the Titans catcher, and Scott Hurst coming up.
Center fielder Scott Hurst.
Hit number 2 for the Titans. Hurst, as I just mentioned, drawing a walk to open the ball game. His average remains at .315. Hudgens at first with 1 out. First pitch to Hurst is a called strike, 0-1. Howard had retired 5 in a row before giving off the single to Hudgens. We're in the 3rd inning. Cal Poly on top 6-1. Rubber game of the series. 1-1 pitch is a slow curveball on the outside corner for a strike. Howard comes set. Checks the runner at first, and the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. 3rd strikeout of the game for Spencer Howard. 2 outs. Hudgens remains at first. And Sahid Valenzuela coming up.
Second baseman Sahid Valenzuela.
Valenzuela hit into a double play, a comebacker back to Howard. Back in the 1st inning. Hitting .366. First pitch to Valenzuela, fastball outside, ball 1. Sanderson holding the runner, Hudgens at first. McKenna once again playing well into the gap in left center field with a left-hander at the mound, and Valenzuela, a ground ball to Ogren, a diving stop, but he can't make the play, and it'll be an infield hit for Valenzuela. 2nd hit of the inning, 3rd hit of the game for Fullerton. Hudgens at 2nd, Valenzuela at 1st, and Timmy Richards coming up.
Third baseman Timmy Richards.
Richards homered in the 1st inning, his 2nd of the year. 12th RBI. Richards hitting .278. Howard checks the runner at 2nd, and the first pitch to Richards is a strike at the knees, 0-1. Richard drafted in the 13th round a year ago. Elected to come back to Cal State Fullerton for his senior season. 0-1 pitch, just misses outside, 1-1. Howard set again. And the 1-1 pitch low and outside, ball 2. Mustang middle infielder not paying very much attention to Hudgens. They just want to get the 3rd out and get out of the inning. Titan runners at 1st and 2nd with 2 out. Howard comes to the plate and is lined in the left field, base hit. Josh George playing very deep, so he's not going to have a play at the plate. RBI single by Richards, and it is Cal Poly 6, Cal State Fullerton 2. Taylor Bryant coming to the plate. Nick Meyer trying to give Spencer Howard a little bit of a pep talk out on the mound.
Taylor Bryant.
Bryant called out on strikes his first time up, hitting .308. And here comes Chow Fanning to go out to the mound and also try to give Spencer Howard a pep talk. So we have timeout for the moment. Mustangs have won 9 of their last 13. They opened the year with an 11-game road trip. Won only 2 of those 11. To fall 9 games under the 500 mark. They have been able to battle back to within 3 games of the 500 mark. 17-20 at the start of play today. Home plate umpire Billy Hayes out to the mound. And as usually happens, the moment the umpire reaches the mound, the meeting breaks up. Just funny the way that happens. Bryant climbing into the batter's box wearing uniform number 1. Started the first 2 games of this series at third. He is at shortstop today. First pitch to Bryant is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Cal State Fullerton tried valiantly to rally from a pretty good side deficit yesterday. Game closed to within 3 or 4 runs a couple of times, and then Cal Poly broke the game open in the 7th inning. Bryant swings and misses at the next pitch. He is in a hole 0-2. Howard has the sign. Now comes set. 0-2 pitch swung on, fouled away. Next week, Cal Poly hosts Fresno State on Tuesday night. Then we'll play a 3-game non-conference series against UCLA at Jackie Robinson Stadium over the weekend. First of 2 successive weekends on the road for Cal Poly. 0-2 pitch swung on, grounded to third. Beasley takes it on the second hop, throws the first in time. Taylor Bryant calls himself safe, but the first base umpire, Angel Campos, calls him out, and that's what's most important. Cal State Fullerton settles for 1 run, 3 hits, 2 runners left. Score after 2.5. Cal Poly 6, Cal State Fullerton 2. Mustangs baseball from Learfield. While the fans enjoy the chicken dance here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Cal Poly enjoying a 6-2 lead over Cal State Fullerton. Mustangs coming to bat. Batted around in the 2nd inning to score 6 runs, make that 5 runs. So Nick Meyer leads off again, this time in the 3rd. Meyer flied out to center, leading off that 2nd inning. And the first pitch, a slow curve, bends in for a strike, 0-1. Meyer hitting .264. Looks like we might have a couple of sweeps this weekend in the Big West, and possibly 3. Gavin Velasquez into the windup, and the 0-1 pitch misses outside, 1-1. Long Beach State now leads UC Irvine 3-0. Irvine batting in the bottom of the third at Anteater Ballpark. Long Beach State has won the first 2 games of that series. Trying to go to 10-2 in Big West games. 1-1 pitch to Meyer, low and outside, ball 2. Meanwhile, Cal State Northridge bidding for a series sweep, leading UC Riverside 7-2. Highlanders batting in the 3rd inning. Velasquez into a slow, deliberate windup, and the 2-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 2-2. UC Santa Barbara leads San Diego State 4-2. Gauchos batting in the bottom of the 3rd. That series even at a game apiece. This series is even at a game apiece. Cal Poly and Cal State Fullerton. This is the rubber game today. 2-2 pitch to Meyer. Line drive. Base hit. Left center field. Shortstop Taylor Bryan with the leap, but he was just a few inches too shy. Leadoff single for Meyer. Hit number 5 for Cal Poly. And the batter is Josh George.
Left fielder Josh George.
George doubled in the 2nd inning to kick off that 5-run rally. UC Davis at Hawaii later today, 4 o'clock start Pacific time. UC Davis won the first 2 games of that series, a doubleheader yesterday at Les Murakami Stadium. First pitch with the runner going is down low. The throw to second is off the line. Almost went into right center field. And it'll be a stolen base for the Mustang catcher. Nick Meyer now with 4 steals on the year, 4 for 5. Velasquez set, and the pitch to George down low. 1-1 the count. Meyer is second with nobody out. A single and a stolen base. 1-1 pitch, low curve way outside, 2-1. Cal Poly handed John Gavin his first loss of the year last night. Gavin now 5-1. Velasquez 3-0 entering today's game. Two and one to George. Velasquez delivers, swung on, fly ball, center field. Scott Hurst hardly moving at all, makes the catch for out number 1. Meyer holds on at second base. Colby Barrett coming to the plate. Barrett was hit by a pitch his first time up, hitting .397.
Right fielder Colby Barrett.
Barrett, the transfer from Hancock College in Santa Maria, graduate of Santa Ynez High School. Meyer dancing at second, and the first pitch to Barrett is a curveball for a strike. Interesting that Cal Poly has both the Los Padres League Player of the Year and Pitcher of the Year from the 2014 season playing today. Spencer Howard on the mound, Colby Barrett at the plate. Oh, 1 pitch instead. Velasquez turns to second base, chasing Meyer back. No throw. Beautiful Sunday afternoon at Baggett Stadium, albeit a little breezy. Very comfortable in the press box. We don't feel the breeze at all. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. That was a changeup. And the count goes to 0-2. Barrett grabs a handful of dirt, steps out of the batter's box, thinks things over, climbs back in. Mustangs on top 6-2. Runner at second with one out. Oh, 2 pitch swung on and missed. Barrett down on strikes for the second out of the inning. And Scott Ogren coming to the plate.
Second baseman Scott Ogren.
Ogren walked in the second inning. His average remains at 206. Velasquez turning towards second. Meyer took several steps toward third, but nobody from the Titan middle infielders was covering the bag, so he had plenty of time to get back. Cal Poly 6 runs, 5 hits. Titans 2 runs, 4 hits. Next pitch way outside. Count is 1-0 to the Mustangs freshman second baseman Scott Ogren. Kevin Morgan in the on-deck circle. Morgan with the big hit in the second inning. A bases loaded, 2-run double. Next pitch, curveball for a strike, 1-1. Velasquez getting very near the 70 pitch mark. And we're only in the third inning. The 1-1 pitch to Ogren in the dirt, blocked by Hudgens. And the count goes to 2-1. Cal Poly on the road the next 2 weekends. Next weekend at UCLA, and then the following week at Long Beach State, Blair Field. And then we'll return home the first weekend of May to host Cal State Northridge. 2-1 pitch instead of throw to second. Meyer back in plenty of time. Ogren trying to pick up Meyer from second base and add to Cal Poly's 6-2 lead. Velasquez comes to the plate 2-1, and the curveball down low, ball 3. We have played an hour and 12 minutes. And we're still in the third inning. 8 runs and 9 hits so far today. Meyer going, pitch is strike 2. Cal State Fullerton not paying any attention to Meyer, so he steals third. The count is 3-2. Meyer stole that one off of Velasquez. Now 5 for 6 in stolen bases this year. 3-2 pitch, high curveball inside, ball 4. Third walk issued by Velasquez. Mustang runners at first and third with 2 outs, and Kevin Morgan coming up.
Designated hitter, Kevin Morgan.
Morgan 2-run double in the second inning. Bumped his average up to 237. Velasquez goes over to first base, chasing Ogren back. Ogren 0 for 1 in stolen bases this year. Velasquez this time trying to fake the third, fake the first play, nothing doing. Morgan still waiting for pitch number 1. Here comes that first pitch. It's a curveball for a strike. New Mexico has defeated UNLV 11-9 in the Mountain West. San Jose State leads Air Force 1-0 in the 4th at Municipal Stadium. Fresno State leads Nevada 2-1. Bottom of the 3rd in Reno. Velasquez with a long set and the 0-1 pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 0-2. Stick around, people. This one might last 4 hours. We went 3 hours and 26 minutes yesterday. Cal Poly winning it 13-6 to even the series. 0-2 pitch to Morgan, swung on and missed. Ball gets away from Hudgens. The out will have to be recorded at first. Hudgens does so, and Cal Poly is retired. In the 3rd inning, no runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left. After 3, Cal Poly 6. Cal State Fullerton 2. Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Fourth inning. Finally. Took an hour and 18 minutes to play the first 3 innings. Cal Poly on top 6-2. And for Cal State Fullerton, it will be hitters 5, 6, and 7. Persinger, Pacheco, and Cullen. Rubber game of the series. The two teams split the first 2. 7-4 Titans on Friday. 13-6 Cal Poly on Saturday. Home plate umpire trying to chase Pacheco back toward the dugout. The rule of thumb is you can't go beyond the foul line extended. Persinger drilled the first pitch well over the wall in left field. A solo home run. 6-3 Cal Poly. That was a no-doubter. Second home run of the year for Persinger.
Designated hitter, Nico Pacheco.
Here comes Nico Pacheco hitting 203, grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Pacheco hitting 203. First pitch inside, ball 1. One-0 pitch swung on. That's hit well to center field. Alex McKenna going back. Still going back. Turns around. It is gone. Back-to-back home runs by Persinger and Pacheco. And it is 6-4 Cal Poly. Larry Lee, of course, would like to give Spencer Howard a chance to earn the victory, but he needs to get 6 more outs. Howard 2-1 on the year, bidding for victory number 3.
Left fielder Hunter Cullen.
For Pacheco, his first home run of the year. Titans now with the advantage and hit 6-5, but Cal Poly clinging to a 6-4 lead. Mustangs led 6-1 after 2. Titans scored 1 in the third, 2 so far here in the fourth. First pitch to Cullen, inside, ball 1. Cullen struck out his first time up. His average of .320. Howard next pitch swung on, grounded foul outside of first. Howard into the windup, and the 1-1 pitch swung on and popped up right around home plate. Nick Meyer says, "I've got it." He does. 1 away. Boston Romero coming to the plate, right fielder, hitting .176.
Right fielder Boston Romero.
Romero flied out to center his first time up. First pitch swung on, foul away. Both teams scored a run in the first on solo home runs. Timmy Richards for the Titans, Alex McKenna for Cal Poly. Mustangs scored 5 in the bottom of the second to take a 6-1 lead. Fullerton chipping away ever since. 0-1 pitch on the outside corner with a curveball, 0-2. Two bombs here in the fourth inning. One by Persinger, the other by Pacheco. 0-2 pitch, low and outside, ball 1. One-two pitch, swung on and missed. Romero goes down on strike for the second out of the inning. Cal State Fullerton with those 2 runs, now with 19 on the year. Not an exceptionally large number, but they have hit 3 this year, this Sunday afternoon. 2 away, bases empty. Chris Hudgens, the catcher, at the plate, hitting .234, a single in the third inning. First pitch swung on and missed. Howard did not start yesterday's ball game due to some kind of a stomach illness. 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1. Has been able to get through 3 2/3 innings today so far, throwing 75 pitches. 1-1 pitch, just misses outside, ball 2. I'm sure the fact that he was ill yesterday will play a role in how long Larry Lee will go with him today. 2-1 pitch, swung on, grounded foul outside of third. So the count goes to 2-2. That pitch may have gotten a piece of Hudgens' left ankle, so timeout for the moment. Hudgens is ready, and so is Howard. 2-2 the count. Howard delivers, swung on and missed. Titans retired in the fourth inning. Not before Persinger and Pacheco hit solo home run. 2-run, 2-hit, nobody left after 3.5. Cal Poly 6, Cal State Fullerton 4. Mustangs baseball from Learfield.
Turning to the final game of its Big West Conference Series today at Northridge. The two
We're in
teams
the bottom of the fourth
yesterday and
inning
today
with Cal Poly
both
leading
lost 2-0.
Cal State Fullerton
That's
6-4.
Cal Poly Sports Update.
New pitcher on the mound for Cal State Fullerton is Blake
Your
Workman.
attention, please. Now pitching for the Titans, number 55.
Mustangs
Blake
saw
Workman.
Workman
Leading off for the Mustangs,
briefly on Friday night.
fielder Alex McKenna.
And so Workman will be facing the top of the order for Cal Poly here in the fourth inning. Alex McKenna takes the pitch a little bit low and outside. Ball one. McKenna with a RBI double and a solo home run. 2 for 2, 2 RBIs, hitting .365. Another multiple hit game for McKenna. 1-0 pitch high and inside, ball 2. Cal Poly softball losing today at Long Beach State, 2-0. That game started, I believe, yes, at 1 o'clock. Oh, we'll check that for you in a moment. McKenna lines a single in the right field, his third hit of the game. McKenna leadoff single here in the bottom of the fourth. Bradley Beasley coming to the plate.
Third baseman Bradley Beasley.
2 ground out today, one of them resulting in an RBI. Beasley brings a .328 batting average to the plate. Workman from the stretch, and the first pitch to Beasley, a curveball on the inside corner for a strike. Workman on Friday night worked 1 inning and picked up 2 strikeouts. Throw over to first base. McKenna is back. McKenna on the year, 9 for 14 in stolen bases. Workman comes set, throws over to first. McKenna back. Workman, his 16th appearance on the mound. 14 in relief. He started 2 games. 36 strikeouts in 32 innings. 4-1 record, a 2.76 ERA. First pitch to Beasley, swung on and foul away. Beasley at the plate with an 0-2 count. McKenna at first. Nobody out. Workman's next pitch, fastball low and outside, 1-2. Cal Poly on top, 6-4. Mustang batting in the bottom of the fourth. Velasquez cannot win today's ball game. If Fullerton erases the current 2-run deficit, he will have no decision. Otherwise, he'll suffer his first loss of the year. Velasquez going 3 innings today, allowing 6 runs and 5 base hits. Another throw to first. McKenna back. Velasquez with 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. All 6 runs were earned. Threw 74 pitches in 3 innings. Meeting on the mound, catcher, third baseman, and Workman. Beasley with a 1-2 count. True freshman, third baseman for the Mustangs. Workman comes set, and the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Going to second on the pitch in the dirt is McKenna, and he is there on the wild pitch. The count to Beasley, 2-2. Mustangs with another runner in scoring position. Nobody out in the fourth inning. Mustangs at one time led 6-1. It is now 6-4. Workman set. 2-2 pitch to Beasley. Swung on, fly ball center field. Hurst in the gap in left center makes the catch for out number 1. McKenna tagging from second to throw to third. And McKenna is out. Very close play at third. Larry Lee not pleased with the call, wondering where the tag was. McKenna with a headfirst slide and apparently was tagged on the hands coming in. At the double play.
Shortstop Kyle Marincons.
2 away, bases empty, and Marincons at the plate. Workman continues to pitch from the stretch with the bases empty, and the first pitch to Marincons is fouled back. Oh, 1 pitch, low and outside, 1-1. Mustang batting in the bottom of the 4th, leading by 2. 1-1 pitch outside with the curveball, 2-1. Michael Sanderson in the on-deck circle. Wind still blowing briskly from right to left. 2-1 pitch, fouled away. Marincons hitting .239. Fly to right and walk. Two pitch backs Marincons off the plate. Ball 3. Eric Burdick with the play-by-play today. Chris Sylvester trying to get rid of a cold. Should be back on the mic Tuesday night as Cal Poly hosts Fresno State at 6 o'clock. 3-2 pitch on the outside corner. Called strike 3. Side retired for the Mustang. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left after 4. Cal Poly 6. Cal State Fullerton 4. Mustangs baseball from Learfield.
No runs.
We have played 4. Cal Poly on top of Cal State Fullerton 6-4. Top of the 5th inning, top of the order for the Titans, Scott Hurst, Saeed Valenzuela, and Timmy Richards. First pitch of the top of the 5th inning is swung on and missed by Hurd. 0-1. Spencer Howard in his 5th inning of work for Cal Poly. And the next pitch, curveball down low, 1-1. Howard has given up 4 runs and 6 hits. 3 of those 4 runs are solo home runs. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed, and the count 1-2.
I remember that. Now that you say it.
1-2 pitch, fly ball down the left field line, and it'll go out of play. So the count remains 1-2. Hurst hitting .313, has walked and struck out today. Next pitch low and outside, 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch, foul away. Behind third base. Hurst center fielder for the Titans. Eligible for the draft, he's a junior. Next pitch outside, 3-2. Hurst fouls off the next pitch. The count remains 3-2. Hurst leading off the 5th inning for the Titans. 3-2 pitch swung on and missed. Big out for Spencer Howard. One away here in the 5th inning. And Saheed Valenzuela coming up.
Second baseman Saheed Valenzuela.
Hurst striking out for the 20th time this season. That is 5th on the squad. Taylor Bryant has 29. First pitch to Valenzuela is a ground ball to second base. Ogren handles it cleanly. Throws the first in time for out number 2. We are going to be graced with the presence of public address announcer C.J. Silas in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Timmy Richards.
Timmy Richards coming to play with 2 outs and the bases empty. Richards a home run and a single. An RBI on each hit. His average now at .286. Started the series with his average around .243. But he has gone 4 for 9 in this series with a double and a home run. Howard delivers a strike to Richards. 0-1. Next pitch swung on and missed. 0-2. In softball, Cal State Northridge defeats Cal Poly 3-2, winning the series 2-1. 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Tag applied by Nick Meyer. Second strikeout of the inning for Spencer Howard, and the Titans are retired in the 5th. 3 up, 3 down after 4.5. Cal Poly continues to lead Cal State Fullerton 6-4. Mustangs baseball from Learfield.
Welcome back to Baggett Stadium, where your Mustangs lead it 6-4 over the Cal State Fullerton Titans. Bottom of the 5th inning, C.J. Silas alongside Eric Burdick giving you all the play-by-play coverage, hoping that Chris Sylvester is feeling better at home. Coming to the plate now for the Mustangs is first baseman Michael Sanderson. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He swings at the first pitch. It's a high fly ball into short right center. And over to catch it is Scott Hurst for the first out of the inning. Eric Burdick, we've never done this together before. You going to be able to handle it?
You can take the rest away if you want to.
You're not even going to talk to me? You're just going to leave me here? Jeez, at least Sylvester talks to me. All
I
right.
have a sugar cookie to eat.
He's eating. All right. Nick Meyer coming to the plate now. The catcher has a single. He stole 2 bases already in the 3rd inning. And he comes to the plate with 1 out. 6-4. Mustangs with the lead over the number 8 Titans. First pitch right down the middle for a strike. He looks at that one. 0-1. Big game for both of these teams, not only in the Big West Conference, but definitely for the Titans in the rankings. After Fullerton won the first game on Friday and the Mustangs won last night's game. He takes that one for a ball, 1-1 to the catcher, Meyer. 6-4 here, bottom of the 5th. A full crowd again. We'll probably go over maybe 6,000 for the weekend. 2,134 here tonight, over 2,800 last night. Fullerton always a big crowd attracts here at Baggett Stadium. Meyer takes that one. It's now 2-1.
And now for the series, 6,782 patrons at Baggett Stadium.
There's Eric Burdick.
Great weekend.
How was the cookie bird?
Excellent, but I have one more to go.
Workman's pitch to Meyer. He swings at that one. A hard shot up the middle, bounces off the pitcher, and fielded by the shortstop. He throws it to first baseman. It's not in time. It's an infield single for Nick Meyer.
Left fielder number 8, Josh Jordan.
1 out here, bottom of the 5th. I don't know what it is, Eric Burdick, but whenever the junior announcer shows up, Cal Poly tends to get some hot bats.
Yes, I know, and that's why we're changing assignments next year for you. How many years have you been doing this?
This is my 15th year as the public address announcer.
How many years has Larry Lee been head coach?
15.
There you go.
Here comes Josh George, the left fielder, to the plate.
Now I know why Larry's so successful.
He's 1 for 2. He had a double in the 2nd and scored a run. He comes up to the plate with Meyer at first base, 1 out. The lefty ready. Takes the first one. It's low and outside. Ball 1. Mustangs got 1 run in the 1st. 5 in the bottom of the 2nd, and here we are, bottom of the 5th. 1 out, Meyer at first. Workman throws it over to first base. Meyer dives back, makes it in time.
CJ, I know you do broadcasts of Hancock College football, so which do you enjoy more, Hancock football or Cal Poly baseball?
Well, of course, Hancock, Cal Poly baseball, Bird. Of course. I get to sit next to you for 28, 30 games a year. He swings at this one. It's a little popper up to the shortstop. And Bryant makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Josh George with a pop-up infield fly. 2nd out of the inning. Right fielder Colby Barrett coming to the plate.
Where did he go to school last year?
He went to Hancock College, Eric Burdick. And I think we're going to celebrate him in the next couple weeks here.
Yeah, the Cal State Northwood Series. We're going to honor Mr. Barrick with an academic award he won while at Hancock College.
2 outs here, bottom of the 5th. Meyer at first, a small lead. Barrick swings at the first pitch. It's a hard shot down the first base line past the first baseman. Meyer rounds 2nd, and he's safely in at 3rd base. Runners at the corners on the Colby Barrick single.
Colby Barrick is famous for those ground balls down the first base line into the right field corner. He has hit several of those this year. Left-handed hitter. Batting average now up around 400.
I'm going to put you on the spot now. When the season started, did you think you were going to see Colby Barrick as the starting right fielder for the Mustangs?
Well, he was not. Scott Ogren was the starting right fielder. And up in that Cal series, he threw out a runner at the plate and almost threw out a second one, except the ball was dropped at home plate. So I kind of thought Ogren was going to be anchored out there in right field, but with all the injuries and other things that have gone on.
Ogren's at the plate now. He swings at the first pitch, and it's a single to left field. The 2nd baseman, Ogren, with a single. And now the bases got runners at 1st and 2nd. Nick Meyer scored on the single to left field by second baseman Scott Ogren, and up to the plate comes the designated hitter, Kevin Morgan. 1 run is across, 2 outs. Runners at first and second for Morgan, who had a double in the second. Takes his time in the batter's box. It's now 7-4 Mustangs. 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th. A gorgeous day for baseball, full crowd here. Another packed house for the number 8 Fullerton Titans. First pitch, it's inside.
It's always fun, TJ, when I sit down with Larry Lee in November and December and we talk about, okay, where are you going to put these players this year? Who's going to start at first, second, short, third, and so forth. And usually Larry Lee is pretty accurate. Pretty accurate. This year he was way off. Remember, he had Beasley at short to start the year. Sanderson was at third, but now he has an arm injury, so he had to go to first.
Marincons was at second.
Right. Those two have sort of switched for a while, but now Beasley is over at third. And the right field, they've had about 4 or 5 different right fielders this year, and finally found one to lead there for most of the games, and that would be Colby Barrett.
1-0 pitch to Morgan. He swings at this one, a little foul tip behind home plate. It's 1-1.
And carry it to the pitching staff, too. You know, he gives me 3 names for the weekend rotation. Well, that didn't work out very well either. Jared Zill, of course, coming down with the Tommy John surgery. And Cam Schneider, I think, was in the weekend rotation. He's not there anymore. And neither Kyle Smith. A completely different rotation this year.
1-1 pitch to Kevin Morgan. Morgan steps out. He's Eric Burdick. I'm CJ Silas, filling in for the ill Chris Sylvester today, hoping he's feeling better in time for that Fresno State game on Tuesday night. Your Mustangs are leading it 7-4, 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th. Runners at first and second. He swings at this one, and it's a strike 2 for Kevin Morgan, 1-2.
Yeah, remember the Mustang came back this year with all 4 returning starting pitchers from last year, but that's not how it has worked out this year.
Between right field, third base, and the pitching staff, it has been a roller coaster ride.
All right, so the last one.
It's a 1-2 count to Morgan. He swings at this one, and he goes down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. Not before a run scores. 3 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base for Eric Burdick. I'm CJ Silas. Your Mustangs are up 7-4. We'll take a quick timeout before coming back for the top of the 6th.
Spencer Howard out there for his 6th inning of work.
Leading off for the Titans, shortstop Taylor Bryant.
He's allowed 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. He has thrown 86 pitches so far through 5 innings of work. Taylor Bryant will lead off for Cal State Fullerton. In the 6th inning, first pitch, ground ball to Marincons at shortstop. Throw to first, right on the money. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the 6th inning. Dylan Persinger homered his last time up.
First baseman Dylan Persinger.
Persinger hitting .279 after the solo blast. Persinger hit the first pitch delivered by Howard in the 4th inning. This time the first pitch is down low, ball 1. Cal Poly on top 7-4. C.J. Silas bringing a run across in the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 pitch is a little bit low, ball 2. And now Spencer Howard walks off the mound as if to indicate he might have a blister going or maybe a fingernail or something, but he's shaking the right hand. Larry Lee and Chow Fanning both going out to the mound along with athletic trainer Neil McIver, so we will have a pause here for a moment. There is a pitcher already up in the bullpen for Cal Poly. It is left-hander Trent Shelton. Spencer Howard has gone 5 1/3. But Larry Lee is pulling out the lineup card, and it looks like he might make a pitching change here. Shelton has only worked a third of an inning this weekend. That third of an inning was a strikeout on Friday. They're still checking the finger of Spencer Howard. See if he can continue. Neil McIver maybe applying some tape. I'm not sure. My view is obscured by the home plate umpire. And now whatever is the problem, it looks like Howard was trying to bite it off, a fingernail perhaps. Kind of hard providing a play-by-play of an injury on the mound. I think Spencer's going to try to continue this ball game. He was ill yesterday. He's got some kind of a finger injury right now. He throws a practice pitch and winces a little bit. Going to throw another practice pitch. And now he looked at his hand again and he shakes his head, and I think he's done. He hasn't convinced his coaching staff yet, but he's looking at the finger again on the right hand. Larry Lee still on the mound. So is Neil McIver. One more practice pitch. Spencer wants to stay in the game. And he's going to stay in the game. We're going to try to get a couple more outs here in the 6th inning. '14 Templeton High School graduate, now in the starting rotation for Cal Poly as a redshirt sophomore. 2-0 the count to Persinger. 1 out, bases empty in the 6th inning. Howard into the windup, and the 2-0 pitch misses inside, ball 3. Kind of reminds me of Rich Hill, pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who had developed a blister on his pitching hand and has missed a few starts. 3-0 pitch, down low, ball 4. Second walk issued by Howard to go along with 7 strikeouts. And the batter is Nico Pacheco. Pacheco, right-handed hitter. On deck is Hunter Cullen, a left-handed hitter. That would probably be the prime opportunity, to bring in the left-hander from the bullpen, but Larry Lee's going to do it right now. We have a pitching change here at Baggett Stadium. We'll confirm for you in a moment that Trent Shelton is coming in. Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Well, we can confirm for you that it is not Trent Shelton on the mound because the right-hander is coming up. Larry Lee brings in Craig Colin. Colin probably will be pitching to just one batter unless he gets a double play, because the next two hitters for Cal State Fullerton are lefties. Colin, his first appearance of the series on the mound, has appeared in now 12 games, all in relief. Pitched 12 innings with 12 strikeouts. 1-0 record, a 4.50 ERA. Sophomore out of San Francisco, graduate of Lowell High School. Lowell High School used to come down for many years to San Luis Obispo and play in the high school Easter tournament out at SLO Stadium. Colin continuing to take his 8 warm-up tosses, and in a moment he'll be facing Nico Pacheco, designated hitter for Cal State Fullerton. Cullen and Romero to follow. They are both left-handed hitters. Titans with a runner at first and 1 out. Pacheco homered it last time up. Solo shot, which made it a 6-4 ball game. Cal Poly scored a run at the bottom of the 5th to make it 7-4. That's where we stand. Pacheco also grounded out to shortstop. 1 for 2, hitting .217. Colin is ready. Comes set, checks the runner at first, and the first pitch to Pacheco is a little bit inside ball 1. We're in the top of the 6th. Mustangs lead it by 3. .1-0 pitch down low, ball 2. Colin earned his win against CSU Bakersfield on March 7th. That was the home opener. Pitched 2 scoreless innings for that win. Also pitched this past Tuesday night against CSU Bakersfield, allowed a run and 3 hits in 1 inning. 2-0 pitch way outside ball 3. Cal Poly 7 runs, 9 hits. Cal State Fullerton 4 runs, 6 hits. Colin comes set. 3-0 pitch down low, ball 4. 2 left-handed hitters coming up, and Trent Shelton warming up in the bullpen. Larry Lee checking the lineup card in the dugout. And here he comes. That'll be all for Craig Colin, as the signal has been made to the bullpen to bring in the left-hander Trent Shelton. With this pitching change, let's pause for these messages. Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Trent Shelton on the mound taking his warm-up tosses. Out of Lafayette, transferred from Oregon State, sat out last year. That was his redshirt year. This year, no record, a 4.05 ERA. Did make one start, but this is his 19th appearance in relief. He has pitched 20 innings and has struck out 20. Shelton, for a good portion of the season, has been brought in just to face one, maybe two left-handed hitters. Last couple of outings, he has gone more than a couple of batters. This being only the 6th inning, he may be asked to get several outs today. Shelton is done with his warm-up tosses.
Left fielder Hunter Cullen.
Coming to the plate is Hunter Cullen, hitting .317, 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a pop-up around home plate that Nick Meyer was able to catch. Titan runners at first and second, one out. Shelton comes set, and the first pitch, Cullen shows bunt, takes a strike, throw to second, not in time. Meyer's throw a little bit high and on the second or first base side of the bag. If he had gotten it down near the bag, Marincon might have been able to tag out Persinger. 0-1 the count. Next pitch, he shows bunt and bunts it foul. Interesting that Vanderhook will be calling for a bunt in this situation. Team down 3, and there's already an out in the inning. Yeah, you want to get 2 runners in scoring position, but there would be 2 outs when the number 8 hitter Romero would come to the plate. See if the bunt is still on with an 0-2 count. There is a pinch hitter on deck for the Titans. That is JT McClellan. 0-2 pitch outside, ball 1.
Pinch hitter on deck. 39.
McClellan, a right-handed hitter.
Will he stay in the game, Derek?
1-2 count. Low and outside, ball 2. Crowd watching anxiously. The Titans had the potential tying run at the plate here in the 6th inning. Shelton comes set. 2-2 pitch off speed, swung on and missed. Cullen goes down on strike for the second out of the inning.
That's a good sound effect.
8th strikeout of the game recorded by Mustang pitchers. Spencer Howard with 7. Shelton now with 1.
Number 39, JT McClellan.
And Romero will give way to JT McClellan, the pinch hitter. With 2 outs and runners at first and second, JT McClellan hitting .182 on the year. McClellan 4 for 22, no extra base hits, 5 RBI. First pitch in the dirt, blocked by Meyer, ball 1. We are 6 minutes past the 2-hour mark. We're in the top of the 6th. This is kind of like a New York Yankees-Boston Red Sox game. They take forever. Timeout asked for by McClellan at the plate. Persinger at second, Pacheco at first with 2 outs. Shelton's next pitch again in the dirt, blocked by Meyer, 2-0. Shelton, a graduate of Campolindo High School up in the East Bay area. His 2-0 pitch, a curveball down low, ball 3. Number 9 hitter and the catcher, Hudgens, on deck. Shelton set. 3-0 pitch is a strike. Oregon State, number 1 ranked team in the country, hosting, at UCLA this weekend. Series even at a game apiece, and today's game is scoreless in the 7th. Next pitch swung on, grounded foul outside of third, and McClellan with a 3-2 count, 2 outs. And the runners from first and second will be going on the pitch. Cal bidding for a series sweep leads USC 2-1, bottom of the 6th up in Berkeley. Stanford leads Oregon 8-4, top of the 8th. That series up in Eugene. 3-2. Runners go. Pitch is swung on, hit in the air behind home plate and out of play. Washington leads Washington State 7-1. That series in Pullman, and that has gone final. 7-1 Cougs. No, Huskies. Cal State Bakersfield with a 7-6 lead over Arizona State, top of the 8th in Tempe. 3-2 pitch, swung on and hit foul outside of third. Mustangs 7, Titans 4. Titans batting top of the 6th with 2 outs. Runners at first and second and a full count to the hitter, J.T. McClellan. Pinch hitting for Romero. 3-2 pitch, down low, ball 4. The bases are loaded for Hudgens. Hudgens, a .232 hitter.
Pinch runner. Number 3. It's going to be Chris Prescott. Yep.
We have a pinch runner.
Your attention, please. Pinch running for number
Prescott will be running for McClellan at first base.
Number 3, Chris Prescott. Now batting, catcher Chris Hudgens. Right field. See, we were kind of thinking along that lines, weren't we? Yep.
Hudgens at the plate, and the first pitch, he shows bunt. Out to Shelton, picked it up, throw to first in time. Wow. Shelton with a great play coming off the mound to field that bunt and get the final out of the 6th inning, keeping Cal State Fullerton from scoring.
For the Titans in the top of the 6th.
Titans in the 6th.
No runs, no hits.
No run, no hit, no error. 3 runners left on after 5.5. Cal Poly still leads at 7-4. Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Bottom of the sixth inning, Cal Poly 7, Cal State Fullerton 4. The Titans leaving the bases loaded in the top of the sixth. Pinch hitter Prescott trying to bunt his way aboard with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And Trent Shelton threw him out at first base to end the inning. Top of the order for Cal Poly, Alex McKenna, Bradley Beasley, Kyle Marincons. All McKenna has done today is 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. McKenna's 11th 3-hit game of the year. .369 batting average. Oh, 1 pitch swung on, base hit up the middle. That is McKenna's first 4-hit game of this year. His second career 4-hit game. He did it against San Jose State last year.
Third baseman Bradley Beasley.
You want to know why the Mustangs are doing better? To check the batting averages of McKenna, Beasley, Sanderson, and Barrett. All well above the 300 mark. Barrett hitting 400. Mustangs struggled offensively in the first 3 weeks of the year, but have turned it around. Beasley hitting .326, goes out to the first pitch at the blooper down the right field line, and that's going to fall foul by about 3 feet. Cal Poly now with 10 base hits. Titans with 6. Beasley just now getting back to the home plate area. Looks at Larry Lee for a very quick sign. Back in the batter's box, 0-1. Workman snap throw to first base, not in time.
As close as we've got.
McKenna 9 for 14 this year in stolen bases. Beasley take the next pitch down low. And the count 1-1. Seattle beat Sacramento State today 7-4. Couple of tie games in the West Coast Conference. McKenna's going, the pitch is outside, the throw ends up in center field. McKenna gets up, scoots on over to third. Stolen base and the error by the catcher, and the Mustangs have a runner at third with nobody out. Count to Beasley is 1-2. Cal State Fullerton with its first error of the game. Next pitch swung on, grounded to third. The throw to first is a little bit offline. The tag is applied, and Beasley is out for the first out of the inning. McKenna holding at third. And the hitter is Kyle Marincons.
Shortstop Kyle Marincons.
Marincons 0 for 2 plus a walk. Hitting .238. Mustangs, trying to pick up another run here in the 6th inning and make it a 4-run ball game. Marincon fouls out the first pitch and the count 0-1. McKenna not quite sure if Marincon got a piece of it. He was going to come home on what he thought was a wild pitch. He's back at third. Marincon back in the batter's box, 0-1. Workman set. And the 0-1 pitch down low. Prescott takes over in right field for Cal State Fullerton here in the 6th inning. Workman comes set, and the pitch is high and inside, ball 2. McKenna at third with 1 out. Americans trying to pick him up. Cal State Fullerton infielders are all playing up. Americans goes after the next pitch, and it's a little foul ball outside of third, and will land untouched. The count goes to 2-2. Cal State Fullerton feeling it can't afford to give up another run to the Mustangs, already down by 3. 2-2. Workman delivers outside, ball 3. Gonzaga and Portland are tied at 2, bottom of the 7th in Portland. Loyola Marymount and Pepperdine tied at 2 in Malibu, top of the 8th. Santa Clara leads San Francisco 7-5 in the 6th. 3-2 pitch, another pop-up foul out of play. Marin Cons fouls off a lot of pitches. Pacific leads St. Mary's 2-0, top of the 7th in Moraga. Loyola Marymount has come back to take the lead in the West Coast Conference away from San Diego. 3 or 4 teams are bunched near the top. 3-2 pitch swung on, fouled away. Grand Canyon beat Texas Rio Grande Valley 9-8 in 10 innings. UCLA scored a run in the bottom of the 7th and leads Oregon State 1-0. Beavers batting in the top of the 8th. 3-2 to Marin Cons. Workman set. And the pitch is way outside, ball 4. Mustang runners at first and third with 1 out. Michael Sanderson coming up. Sanderson 0 for 3.
First baseman Michael Sanderson.
2 fly ball to the outfield and a comebacker. Each team has turned 1 double play. Cal State Fullerton middle infielders playing back, hoping for double play number 2. First pitch to Sanderson is a strike at the belt, 0-1. On deck, Nick Meyer. Outfielders playing pretty deep, especially center and left and straight away. 0-1 pitch outside. Going on the pitch is Marincon. He will make it to second on the wild pitch. Count is 1-1. Marincons with some heads-up base running. As soon as he saw that pitch heading toward the dirt, he took off. Makes it to second without a throw. Two runners in scoring position for the Mustangs. 1-1 pitch to Sanderson. High bender inside and high. Ball 2. McKenna at third, Marincons at second, 1 out. Now the Titan infielders all have to play up. Next pitch swung on a slow roller to the mound. Workman had that. He's going to go to the plate, and the tag is applied in time. McKenna thought he got under the tag. Home plate umpire says no. Larry Lee is not going to argue. Fielder choice for Sanderson. And with 2 outs, runners at first and third, Nick Meyer coming to the plate.
Catcher Nick Meyer.
Workman comes set. First pitch to Meyer is a strike at the knees. Some fans still a little angry at that call. Not going to change anything. Still 7-4, Cal Poly. Throw over to first. Sanderson is back. Mustangs lead by 3, batting in the bottom of the 6th. Time called by the third base umpire. Workman set again. 0-1 pitch to Meyer, swung on, grounded to second. They'll go the short way to second base. Shortstop Taylor Bryan taking the throw. Cal Poly is denied here in the 6th inning. Mustang no runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left after 6 innings of play. Cal Poly 7, Cal State Fullerton 4. Back with the 7th inning in a moment. Mustangs baseball from Learfield.
The Slime Tire Disney Bat Race. You go home with the Cal Poly prize pack and a Slime Tire repair kit. Thanks again to Slime Tire.
6 innings in the books. Cal Poly 7 runs, 10 hits. Cal State Fullerton 4 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Trent Shelton out for his 2nd inning of work. He got the final 2 outs in the 6th inning. Spencer Howard goes 5 1/3, 4 runs, 6 hits. All 4 runs earned, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Colin walked the only batter he faced. Shelton got the final 2 outs, 1 on a strikeout. Leading off the 7th for Cal State Fullerton is the top of the order, Scott Hurst. First pitch, a strike, 0-1. Hurst hitting .311. He is 0 for 2 plus a walk today. Next pitch swung on, fly ball left field. Josh George is there. He makes the catch, 1 away. Sahid Valenzuela coming to the plate. Second baseman, 1 for 3.
Second baseman Sahid Valenzuela.
Shelton into the windup. First pitch to Valenzuela is a strike. Valenzuela hitting .368. Oh, 1 pitch swung on, foul away. Long Beach State leads Irvine 4-0. Anteaters batting in the bottom of the 7th. San Diego State has taken the lead against UC Santa Barbara 5-4. Next pitch high and outside, 1-2 the count. Aztecs batting in the top of the 6th inning at Cesar Wasaka Stadium. Cal State Northridge with a big lead. Next pitch swung on, grounded off the glove of Taylor Shelton. It's going to be a base hit. Just couldn't get the glove down in time. Infield hit for Valenzuela with 1 out here in the 7th. Hit number 7 for the Titans. And the hitter is Timmy Richards. Richards 2 for 3. Solo home run, RBI single, and a strikeout. First pitch, a strike on the outside corner with a fastball. Northridge leads Riverside 9-3, bidding for a series sweep. Top of the 7th in Northridge. UC Davis at Hawaii at 4 o'clock. 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1. Shelton comes set, and the 1-1 pitch, an excuse me swing by Richards. It will cost him a strike, 1 and 2. Tried to hold up and went way too far around. Shelton, a junior, draft eligible. This is his 4th year, actually, because he redshirted last year here at Cal Poly. 1-2 pitch down low, 2-2. He is expected to be drafted in June. A couple of other Mustangs expected to be drafted would be Eric Ullman. Kyle Marincons is eligible for the draft because of his birth date. Josh George and Colby Barrick also eligible. Kevin Morgan, a senior, eligible as well. Kyle Marincons is one of those who's going to turn 21 before, I believe, July 15th is the cutoff. And even though he's only a sophomore, because he was born before July 15th, he's eligible. 2-2 the count to Richards. Runner at first with 1 out. Shelton pitch swung on, line foul down the left field line. Valenzuela going on the pitch, trotting back to first base. Shelton set again. And the 2-2 pitch just misses outside, ball 3. Valenzuela was going 2-2. Probably will be going here. Shelton set and goes over to first base. Today's attendance, 2,134. 3-game series drew 6,782. 3-2 pitch swung on, grounded to Marincons at second. He tagged the runner. No, the throw to first in time. It was actually Ogren who fielded it. He thought he tagged the runner, but third base umpire said no. So Valenzuela at second with 2 out. And the hitter is Taylor Bryant.
Shortstop, Taylor Bryant.
Bryant brings a .303 batting average to the plate, 0 for 3 today. Called out on strikes in the first inning and has grounded out twice. Shelton's first pitch to Bryant, high and outside, ball 1. Larry Lee looking at his lineup card and positioning the outfielders. 1-0 pitch, down low, ball 2. McKenna playing very deep straightaway center field. All the outfielders playing deep and straight away. Two 0 pitch, low and outside, ball 3. Bryant has 2 home runs. He leads the team with 26 RBIs. See if he gets the green light on 3-0. I kind of doubt it. 3-0 pitch, takes a strike. Valenzuela at second with 2 outs. Shelton set again. 3-1 pitch, just misses outside, ball 4. Mustang pitching to Bryant very carefully in that situation with first base open. And Dylan Persinger coming up. Persinger homered back in the 4th inning. Also has walked and flied out to right. Here comes Larry Lee. Shelton has gotten 4 outs, which is about as long as he usually will go. And Larry Lee has gone to the bullpen. Looks like Michael Clark is coming in now. Asked to get the final 7 outs. While Michael Clark takes his 8 warm-up tosses, we'll pause for these messages. Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Sophomore right-hander Michael Clark on the mound out of Santa Rosa, Cardinal Newman High School. Pitched 2 1/3 on Friday night. Not his best outing of the year, however. Allowed 2 runs, 3 hits, a couple of walks. But on the year, Clark has 4 wins and 5 saves. An ERA of 1.99. 21st appearance on the mound. That leads the Big West. All but 1 as a reliever. Opponents are hitting just .211. Clark has a couple of more pitches to go, and in a moment he'll be facing Persinger with 2 outs. And Titan runners at first and second. Persinger representing the potential game-tying run. Final game of the series and the rubber game. Fullerton winning Friday 7-4. Cal Poly evening it up with a 13-6 win yesterday. Cal Poly winning 2 of 3 last year against the Titans. Set to play. Persinger climbs into the batter's box, hitting .279. Clark comes set, and the first pitch way outside in the dirt, ball 1. Clark set again. 1-0 pitch, swung on, fouled away. On deck is Pacheco. Have a mob of kids trying to get that foul ball in the fourth row. 1-1 pitch on the outside corner, strike two. Outfielders playing deep and straight away. Ogren trying to hold the runner close at second. 1-2 pitch, a little bit high, ball two. Most of the crowd of 21-34 still here. Titans batting in the top of the seventh. 2-2 pitch swung on, grounder to Ogren. He has it on two hops. His throw to first is off the mark, and the first base umpire says he's out. Wow. How Sanderson held his foot on the bag, I'm not sure, but there's no argument by the Titans. Cal State Fullerton turned away here in the seventh. No runs, a hit, two runners left after 6.5. Cal Poly still leads at 7-4. Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Take Me Out to the Ball game has been played, so we go to the bottom of the seventh. Cal Poly still leads it by 3, 7-4. Blake Workman still on the mound for Cal State Fullerton. He has pitched 3 innings. 1 run and 5 hits, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Josh George will lead off the seventh for Cal Poly, followed by Colby Barrick and Scott Ogren. First pitch from Workman swung on, blooped into left field. Backing up on a few steps is Hunter Cullen. He makes the catch, 1 pitch, 1 away here in the seventh inning. Colby Barrick singled, struck out, and hit by a pitch. 1 for 2, hitting exactly 400.
Right fielder Colby Barrett.
Left-handed hitter, and the right-hander Workman delivers, swung on and fouled off at the plate. Long Beach State now leads UC Irvine 5-0. Bottom of the eighth. Irvine has just scored its first run of the game to make it 5-1. Anteater still batting. Barrick swings and misses at the next pitch, and the count 0-2. Workman's 0-2 pitch inside. Ball 1, check to third, no swings. The count is 1-2. San Diego State batting in the top of the eighth at UC Santa Barbara, leading the Gauchos 5-4. 1-2 pitch misses low, ball 2. 1 out, base is empty, bottom of the seventh. 7-4 Mustangs. Scott Ogren waits a turn on deck. 1-2 pitch is low. Three and two the count. Workman delivers. Swung on and foul back. So we'll do it all over again. Barrick with a 3-2 count.
Oh my gosh.
The pitch from Workman swung on and fouled up along the first base line.
That is the prettiest dress I've ever seen. Yeah. I want one. I would wear
3-2 pitch again is a fly ball down the left field line. A long run for Cullen. Near the line, in the corner, makes the catch for out number 2 in fair territory. Scott Ogren coming to the plate. .214 average, 1 for 1 today.
Second baseman Scott Ogren.
Ogren has walked twice and then singled in a run in the 5th inning. That's what the last run scored in the ball game so far. 7-4 Mustangs. First pitch to Ogren down low.
I would so wear a Dodger dress.
1-0 pitch, check swing. It's a called strike anyway, 1-1. Elijah Skips is on deck, I believe. It is, and he would pinch hit for Kevin Morgan if Ogren can extend the inning. Next pitch bounced in front of the plate, ball 2, 2-1. Workman's 2-1 pitch swung on, hit foul down the left field line and out of play. Cal State Fullerton next weekend will host UC Irvine at Goodwin Field. Next pitch down low. 3-2 the count to Ogren. Cal Poly will be at UCLA for a non-conference series. Three-two pitch laced into left center field, base hit. Cut off nicely by Cullen, holding Ogren to a long single. Second hit of the game for Scott Ogren. And hit number 11 for the Mustangs. Pinch hitter will be Elijah Skips for Kevin Morgan. Go ahead.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for number 11, Morgan. Number 24, Elijah Skips.
Pitching coach for Cal State Fullerton going out to the mound. Workman has worked 3 2/3 innings in relief today. We are going to have a pitching change, a left-hander coming in, I believe. No, it's going to be a right-hander. With this pitching change, let's pause for these messages. Mustangs baseball from Learfield. The closer for Cal State Fullerton, Brett Canine, comes into the game in the 7th inning. A little bit early for most closers, but Cal State Fullerton cannot afford to give up any more runs. Down 3 and only 2 at-bats remaining. Canine picked up his 8th save of the year on Friday night, pitching 1 inning with 1 strikeout. Canine no record and a sparkling ERA of 0.74. Canine 6'4", 215 out of Orange, California, graduate of Almadena High School. Sophomore. And he is ready to work to Elijah Skips with 2 outs. And Ogren at first base. Mustangs on top 7-4. Skips hitting .216 on the year. First pitch to Skips is a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Ogren with a short lead at first. Next pitch to Skips inside and low, 1-1. Skips out of Cypress. Graduate of Cypress High School. Went to Arizona for his freshman year. Cypress College for his sophomore year. And now he's here at Cal Poly. 4 different schools in the last 4 years. 1-1 pitch, check swing. Pitch is inside, ball 2. Skips a left-handed hitter today. He is a switch hitter. But after the first couple weeks of the season, he decided to abandon hitting right-handed. He just wasn't doing very well. Hitting exclusively from the left side. Skips swings and misses at the next pitch to count 2-2. Michael Sanderson make that Alec McKenna on deck. And McKenna with a pretty dirty uniform at this moment. That head first slide into third a couple of innings ago. Throw over to first base. Ogren is back. Ten minutes away from the 3-hour mark. We're in the 7th inning. 2-2 pitch, base hit right field. Ogren rounding second. He's going to stop there. Mustang runners at first and second with 2 out. McKenna coming up. 4 for 4. 2 singles, a double, and a home run, 2 RBI.
Center fielder Alex McKenna.
McKenna has been thrown out at third and thrown out at home today. Both plays very, very close. First pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Canine has the sign. Comes set. 0-1 pitch to McKenna is a strike, 0-2. Other Big West Series next weekend. Hawaii is at Northridge. Santa Barbara is at Riverside. And Long Beach State is at UC Davis. UC Irvine at Cal State Fullerton. Oh-2 pitch swung on and missed. Mustangs are retired in the 7th inning, stranding 2 more runners on the base paths, 9 for the game. No run, 2 hit, 2 left after 7 innings. Cal Poly 7, Cal State Fullerton
The
4.
Mustangs in the bottom of the
Mustangs
second inning, no
baseball
runs,
from
2
Learfield.
errors, 2 runners.
Rick Vanderhook having a chat with the home plate umpire.
Leading off for the
And I don't think they were
Titans,
discussing dinner
Nico
plans
Pacheco.
tonight. I'm not sure what Vanderhook was discussing, but he was pointing a couple fingers and raising his hands a couple of times. Maybe just working the umpires, who knows. Nico Pacheco leading off the 8th inning for the Titans. Cal State Fullerton trails 7-4. Michael Clark's first pitch of the 8th inning is a strike on the outside corner. Pacheco hitting .217. Grounded out to short, homered in the 4th, and walked 1 for 2. Clark from the stretch. 0-1 pitch misses inside and low, 1-1. Righty versus righty matchup. One pitch swung on and fouled off at the plate. The count goes to 1-2. Through 7 innings, Cal Poly 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Cal State Fullerton 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Mustang has stranded 9, Titans 7. One and two the count. Clark delivers high, ball 2.
Thank you. She might remember on her own, but I know she didn't feel good.
Pacheco steps out of the batter's box, climbs back in. Clark has his sign. 2-2 pitch, misses outside and low, ball 3. Pacheco, the number 6 hitter in the lineup. He'll be followed by Cullen and Prescott. Three and 2. Clark delivers low and outside, ball 4. Third leadoff hitter to reach base for Cal State Fullerton today. And the hitter is Hunter Cullen.
Left fielder Hunter Cullen.
Cullen hitting .314, 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts. His other at-bat was a pop-up behind home plate. Clark's first pitch to Cullen is swung on, grounded to the right side. Ogren fields it on a tricky hop. His only play is the first base for the first out of the inning. And Pacheco advances to second. The hitter is Chris
By
Prescott.
3, Chris Prescott.
275 hitter. Came in as a pinch runner in the 6th inning, so this is his first plate appearance of the day. Taking over in right field. First pitch to Prescott, low, ball 1. One 0 pitch, swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove of Nick Meyer, 1-1. Spencer Howard in line for win number 3. If the Mustang can hold on to any part of this 3-run lead. 1-1 pitch down low, ball 2. Michael Clark threw 2 1/3 on Friday. Will have to go 2 2/3 if he wants to pick up save number 6. Clark delivered 2-1. It's a ground ball to the right side. Sanderson has it. He's going to go to the bag himself for out number 2. Pacheco taking third. The batter is Chris Hudgens, number 9 hitter in the order, and the catcher for the Titans, hitting .229. Hudgens with a single, strikeout, and comebacker. 1 for 3. First pitch to Hudgens, swung on and missed. Top of the order, Scott Hurst on deck. 0-1 pitch, swung on, hit in the air, foul, out to play, behind first base. Hudgens in a hole, 0-2. Pacheco at third with 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch, high, ball 1. Mustang trying to win their 4th straight Big West Series, 2-1. 1-2 pitch, high, ball 2. Mustangs with Michael Sanderson at first, Scott Ogren at second, Kyle Marincon at the shortstop, and Bradley Beasley at third. The outfield, Josh George in left, Alex McKenna in center. And next pitch is a fly ball to left field. Hit off the end of the bat, so it wasn't hit very deep. Josh George able to make the catch. Colby Barrett, of course, is the right fielder. And for Cal State Fullerton in the 8th, no run, no hits, 1 runner left. After 7.5, Cal Poly still leads at 7-4. Mustangs baseball from Learfield. Bottom of the 8th inning, Cal Poly on top 7-4. Bradley Beasley, Kyle Marincons, and Michael Sanderson, the scheduled hitters for the Mustangs. Cal Poly top hitter today so far, Alex McKenna, 4 for 5, 2 RBIs.
Bradley Beasley.
Nick Meyer and Scott Ogren both have 2 hits. And Kevin Morgan has 2 RBIs. Brett Conine on the mound for his second inning of work, facing Bradley Beasley. First pitch to Beasley, a fastball at the outside corner at the knees for a strike. Beasley 0 for 4. He does have 1 RBI on a ground out. Conine's 0-1 pitch goes all the way to the backstop, 1-1. Beasley is hitting .324. One pitch curveball, and that hit Beasley in the helmet. One of those slow benders, so not much damage done there. Marincons 0 for 2 plus 2 walks. Coming to the plate.
Shortstop Kyle Marincon.
His average of .238. Cal Poly has had 5 of its 8 leadoff men reach base today. This game started with a couple of solo home runs in the first inning. 1 for each team, 1-1 tie. Then Cal Poly scored 5 in the bottom of the second to take a 6-1 lead. Marincon swings at the first pitch with Beasley going and fouls it off at the plate, 0-1. Cal State Fullerton scored 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth to make it a 6-4 game. Cal Poly scored in the bottom of the fifth. And that's the last run of the game so far. 7-4 Mustangs. 0-1 the count. Conine delivers. Inside out to left field is going to fall for a base hit. Stopping at second is Beasley, and the Mustangs have runners at first and second with nobody out. Marincon going the other way with it, left-handed hitter with a little parachute in the left field. And the hitter is Michael Sanderson. Sanderson 0 for 4, 2 fly balls and 2 groundouts. Still hitting a hefty .347. Conine delivery is bunted foul by Sanderson up along the third base line. The count 0-1. Cal Poly now with 13 base hits. 18 yesterday. The 13 runs and 18 hits that Cal State Fullerton gave up yesterday, season highs. 0-1 pitch, Anderson shows bunt and fouls it off. Head coach Larry Lee wants to get a couple of runners in scoring position, but Sanderson unable to bunt the first 2 times into fair territory. See if the bunt is on here with the count 0-2. That's the fun part about baseball. You always get to coach right along with the coaches. 0-2 pitch, swung on, grounded foul. So Sanderson hitting away with 2 strikes. The count remains 0-2. A couple of seagulls from Morro Bay flying over Baggett Stadium. Conine comes set. Checks the runners. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Sanderson down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Nick Meyer coming to the plate, hitting .272. 2 singles today.
Catcher Nick Meyer.
Meyer, the Big West freshman, field player of the year a year ago. Also a second team All Big West. First pitch to Meyer is a strike with a curveball, 0-1.
Do you think he cut those shorts himself?
Conine comes set. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled away. Meyer in a hole, 0-2.
Everybody clap your hands.
UC Irvine batting in the bottom of the ninth, trailing Long Beach State 5-2. Oh, and 2 to Meyer. Conine steps off the rubber. They've gone final at UC Santa Barbara. San Diego State holds on to win 5-4, taking the series 2-1. 0-2 pitch high and inside, ball 1. Cal State Northridge has defeated UC Riverside 10-3 for a series sweep. Riverside was humming along pretty well, and then about 3 weeks ago, Troy Percival got thrown out of a game. Meyer hit the next pitch, high fly ball, left center field, but it is the left fielder Hunter Cullen who will make the catch near the warning track for out number 2. Beasley remains at second, Marin Collins at first, and Josh George coming to the plate. Ever since then, UC Riverside has hit the skids. They are in last place in the Big West.
Left fielder Josh George.
There was a critical play in that game. I'm not sure who it was against. It was 4 or 5 weeks ago, where a ball hit down the left field line with the bases loaded was judged to be foul, and Percival thought it was fair and would have scored 2 or 3 runs. George swings at the first pitch, grounded to the right side. Second baseman scoops it up, throws to the pitcher, covering the bag, and he missed the plate. And the throw to the plate is in time. Great heads-up running by Bradley Beasley. Pitcher covering the bag at first base missed the bag. And Rick Vanderhook is heading to first base to talk to the umpire. It'll be an error on the first baseman, pulling the pitcher off the bag. No RBI. Vanderhook is satisfied with the answer and heads back to the dugout.
Now batting right fielder Colby Barrick.
Mustangs add an insurance run here in the 8th. Colby Barrick at the plate, hitting .394. Mustangs on top, 8-4. It'll be an unearned run because Conine should be out of the inning, even though he made the error. First pitch to Barrick is a strike, 0-1. Next pitch, slow changeup. Barrick way out in front of it, 0-2. First run of the game since back in the 5th inning. And the Mustang now lead it by 4. 0-2 pitch outside, ball 1. Next pitch hits Barrick on the left knee. And that hurts. He got hit on the left ankle earlier in the ball game, and now he gets hit on the left knee. Mustangs had the bases loaded with 2 outs. And Scott Ogren coming up.
Second baseman Scott Ogren.
So he got hit twice tonight. Last night he got hit.
Ogren with a couple of base hits and 2 walks. 2 for 2, hitting .222.
Kobe Barrett got hit 3 times.
First pitch to Ogren is a strike. Next pitch also a strike at the knees. 0-2 to Ogren. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Ogren with the bases loaded this year, 1 for 3. Next pitch a little bit outside and low, ball 1. Canine has the sign. Now comes set. Bases full of Mustangs. 1-2 pitch way outside, ball 2. Canine trying to get Ogren to chase a slider well outside of the strike zone. Two and 2 with 2 outs. A run in. Bases loaded. 2-2 pitch, a little bit high, ball 3. Well, if there's an action pitch, this is it. 3 and 2, 2 out, bases loaded. The runners will be going on the pitch. Canine set. 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled away.
Denny, he's got hit twice today. What? Who was it that used to get hit all the time? Gosh, who was it? Hold on, it'll come to me. He was so proud he led the big West.
3-2 pitch swung on and fouled away up along the third base line.
It's gonna bug me.
Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all.
Canine turning towards second. Trying to get George. He was well off the bag, but there was no Titan in the area. Three and 2. Canine set. The runners go. 3-2 pitch fisted towards second base. Fielded by Hurst to throw to first in plenty of time. And the Mustangs are retired in the 8th, scoring 1 run. Only 1 hit in the inning. There was an error, and 3 runners left. After 8 innings, Cal Poly 8, Cal State Fullerton 4.
1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 runners left on base.
Mustangs baseball from Learfield. We go to the ninth with Cal Poly leading at 8-4. And at the top of the order for Cal State Fullerton, Hurst fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. One defensive change for Cal Poly. Jack Kuzma takes over at third base for Beasley here in the ninth. Michael Clark still on the mound, and the 0-1 pitch is line drive right at Kuzma for out number 1. Jack Kuzma getting a nice round of applause from the folks in the Mustang in the Kruko clubhouse. Zahid Valenzuela at the plate. Michael Clark's first pitch is a strike down the middle. Kuzma from Minnetonka, Minnesota, true freshman. 0-1 pitch, swung on, a pitch in the dirt, and the count is 0-2. There are two towns whose names I love more than any other. Minnetonka, Minnesota, and Choctaw, Oklahoma. Great names. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Another pitch in the dirt. Meyer will have to go to first base, and he does for out number 2. Batter is Timmy Richards.
Third baseman Timmy Richards.
Richards hitting .280 on the year. Has brought his average up about 35 points in this series. First pitch to Richards is fouled away, 0-1. Howard's next pitch is a curveball for a strike, 0-2. Cal State Fullerton down to its final strike. Oh-2 pitch swung on, fouled away. Clark set again. 0-2 pitch to Richards, swung on, hit in the left center field. That's going to be a base hit. Josh George cuts it off. Richards holds on with a single. Taylor Bryant comes to the plate. Batting average of .303. Fullerton now with 8 base hits. Cal Poly has 13. Clark from the stretch, and the first pitch to Bryant is a little bit high, ball 1. Timmy Richards with 3 hits today, 2 singles and a home run, 2 RBIs, standing at first base with 2 outs. 1-0 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Next pitch with the runner going is a strike, 0-2. Defensive indifference. And again, the Titans down to their final strike. 1-2 the count. Clark set, and the pitch is a little bit high, ball 2. Richards at second with 2 out. Cal Poly leads by 4. Clark comes to the plate, and it's a grounder, comebacker to Clark. He has it. Throw it to first in time, and the Mustangs have won the game 8-4 to clinch the series 2-1.